My husband's sister was actually his mistress. I found out after she lost their baby. Chapter 1. My mother-in-law had been in love with my father for decades before he married someone else. When I was born, she immediately arranged for her son Ryan and me to be engaged as children. 5 years into our marriage, Ryan always put me first and showed me nothing but devotion except when it came to his sister-in-law, Chloe, who made my life hell at every turn. When Ryan secured me a position at the textile factory, she demanded it for herself. When we were allocated company housing, she wanted that too. Every time this happened, Ryan would stand up for me, but I always stopped him. He'd look at me with such tenderness and say I shouldn't have to endure such treatment. I truly believed Ryan loved me deeply until the day I brought Chloe a glass of iced tea. She suddenly miscarried, blood soaking through her yellow sundress. Ryan rushed her to the hospital with tears in his eyes, threatening that if anything happened to her, I'd pay with my life. I stood frozen in place, because his younger brother James had been dead for 3 years. When the rumors started flying around our neighborhood, Chloe couldn't bear the shame and took her own life. Ryan blamed everything on me. He used our marriage as a cage, tormenting me in every way possible. I couldn't accept it. When I opened my eyes again, I was back at the moment when the neighborhood gossips were cornering them. This time, watching the two under attack, I pulled out the divorce papers. Chloe is innocent. Ryan and I have been divorced for months. I just reached the entrance to our street when I saw our small courtyard home packed with people. In the center of the crowd, Ryan shielded the fragile Chloe behind him. Anyone who didn't know better would call them a perfect match. Ryan wore a well-tailored suit while Chloe was dressed in a trendy yellow floral sundress. Meanwhile, I looked like I just crawled out of a construction site, patched clothes and shoes caked with mud from the garden plots. We clearly didn't belong in the same world. Seeing me, both their faces showed shock, as if they hadn't expected me to appear. I pushed through the crowd with my mesh bag full of fresh eggs from our chickens. The moment the neighbors saw me, they started talking all at once. Claire. Finally. You're here. If you hadn't shown up, someone would have stolen your husband. You should really move to the city. Stop giving these homewreckers opportunities. I smiled and cut them off. Ladies, what husband stealing? Ryan and I only had a ceremony, never got the marriage certificate. I stay in the suburbs to take care of his mother. She's not well, and Ryan's too busy with work. Besides, how could anything happen between Chloe and Ryan? They're not those kinds of people. Someone must be spreading malicious rumors. Let's not fall for it. Hearing this, even those most eager to defend me lost their enthusiasm. The man next door glanced at me as he headed out. You need to wake up. I was startled. I hadn't expected someone who looked so tough to have such a kind heart. Hearing this, Ryan suppressed his anger. Vincent, mind your own business. The response was Vincent's dismissive back as he walked away. The chickens at home are doing well. Mom asked me to bring you some eggs. I lifted the mesh bag. Seeing my calm expression, the two exchanged relieved glances. Ryan quickly walked toward me. You and Mom should keep those. You don't need to keep bringing them to us. Chloe had already lifted the door curtain and entered the house. Yes, Claire, the grocery stores have everything. No need to trouble yourself. Let me get you some pastries. I don't like those old-fashioned ones. Ryan specially ordered these fruit-flavored ones for me. You should try them. Ryan pointed at her with mock helplessness, telling me she's the pickiest eater in the family. Regular pastries aren't good enough for her. Good thing you're not like her, or I'd never keep up. No sooner had he spoken than Chloe protested playfully, Claire, look at him. He's already getting tired of me. Before I could respond, Ryan raised his hands in surrender. I give up, I give up. Let me cut some watermelon for you both. Chloe pulled me toward the master bedroom. Claire, Ryan bought me some dresses, but they're all too big. I thought they'd fit you perfectly. She opened the closet, revealing an array of dresses that dazzled the eye. On the nightstand sat photos of the two of them on various outings, Ryan smiling warmly in each one. This one, the red and white checkered one. You'd look great in it. Go try it on. Chloe shoved the dress at me and pushed me into the bathroom without giving me a chance to protest. Their toiletries sat intimately side by side, even their towels stacked together. I looked away and hurried to change, but heard Ryan's voice outside. What's the point of giving her dresses? She works in the garden all day. Where would she wear them? Ryan, that's where you're wrong. Women dress for those who appreciate them. Don't you want Claire to look beautiful? At her age, trying to dress like you young girls would be desperate. Besides, no amount of dressing up will change how she looks. I stared at my reflection, sun-darkened skin, work-worn hands, and took off the dress. Chloe rushed over. Claire, why didn't you change? Don't you like it? I lowered my head without speaking. You have such a great figure, you look good in anything. Claire's skin is too dark red, doesn't suit her. You should keep it for yourself. Despite being given a second chance at life, hearing Ryan's words still made my nose sting with unshed tears. I'd always thought he was just awkward, didn't know how to treat women well, couldn't say sweet things to make someone happy. But today I learned he did buy dresses and compliment women, knew to order special pastries for someone he cared about. Like tending a flower, he'd cultivated Chloe beautifully. And what about me? The tears fell without warning. Ryan panicked, reaching to wipe them away. Claire, don't cry. What did I say wrong? Look, I'll take you shopping right now. I'll buy you clothes. Chloe pushed Ryan aside to hand me a handkerchief. Yes, Claire. Ryan just speaks without thinking. He used to make me cry all the time too. It took forever to train him to be better. Don't take it personally. This time, Ryan pulled me outside. And Chloe glared at him, though he didn't notice. Business at the department store was good, but the clerk rushed over the moment she saw Ryan. Her enthusiasm dimmed when she realized I was with him. Mr. Morrison, what can I help you with today? Ryan pointed at me. A dress for my wife. Do you have any new blue dresses? She loves blue. I felt touched despite myself he still remembered my favorite color. The clerk looked embarrassed. We do, but Miss Chloe specially ordered a blue dress with white polka dots. It arrived today. Is that the one? Then wrap it up. I'll take it to her. She's been talking about it for ages. Ryan turned to me apologetically. How about we look at other colors? This green one would look nice on you. I nodded silently. I paid no attention to what we finally bought, because everything purchased for me, Chloe would get too. But what she had, I never received. Back home, the house was dark. Ryan whispered to me with a flashlight, Chloe's a light sleeper. I usually don't turn on lights after she's asleep. I'll put these in her room. You should rest too. Soon, muffled conversation drifted from the master bedroom. I rubbed my leg where I'd bumped the table corner, my heart a tangled mess. I'd been afraid of the dark since childhood. Ryan used to always hold my hand walking home. But now, he'd forgotten. Chapter 2. I woke before dawn and made a simple breakfast by the morning light. Only then did the two of them leisurely wake up. Chloe yawned as she entered the kitchen. Claire's so diligent, unlike may sleep in every day. Ryan teased her with a smile. What would you do in the kitchen anyway? You've barely set foot in here. I wouldn't trust you to cook. I brought the porridge and flatbread to the table, turning to find Ryan busy in the kitchen. Seeing me, he explained, Chloe doesn't like porridge or bread. Says they're fattening. She insists on toast and coffee every day. You go ahead and eat. I'll join you after I finish her eggs. Oh, I made you coffee too. See if you like it. The man who believed firmly that gentlemen should stay out of the kitchen had broken his principles for Chloe, cooking for her with his own hands. I smiled bitterly to myself. At the table, the two ate in perfect synchronization, sip of coffee, bite of egg, movements elegant. I quietly ate my porridge and homemade bread. Chloe pushed an elegant coffee cup toward me. Claire, why aren't you drinking the coffee? Try if this is imported, hard to get normally. I drank it like water, taking a huge gulp, then scrunched my face at the bitterness. Chloe burst out laughing. Claire, that's not how you drink coffee. You're supposed to savor it slowly. Then she turned serious. Good thing this is at home where Ryan and I won't judge you. If you did this in public, you'd embarrass Ryan. Ryan, when you go to work, I'll take Claire around town. After work, meet us at the Golden Dragon restaurant. Claire rarely visits, we should treat her to something nice. Chloe spoke with all the authority of the lady of the house. Ryan nodded. Buy whatever you like. You know where I keep the money. Claire, if you see anything good for Mom, get that too. Chloe bought herself a pile of cosmetics while I picked out clothes for Ryan's mother. She rubbed her legs saying she was tired from shopping and suggested a movie. I'd never been to a movie theater, but was curious. Once inside, though, I immediately regretted it. The dark environment made me extremely uncomfortable, but Chloe held my hand. Halfway through the movie, something felt wrong, someone was touching me. I wasn't sure at first, but the hand grew bolder. I couldn't help crying out. Everyone was startled by my reaction. The movie stopped, and staff came to ask what happened. I looked around. Besides Chloe, only a young boy sat behind me. I hesitated until the boy gave me a sinister smile. He touched me. The theater erupted in laughter. The boy's father mocked openly. Touched you? My son is only 10. Even if he were an adult, who would want to touch someone like you? Obviously a country bumpkin trying to extort money from city folks. Others joined in. If the young lady beside you claimed harassment, that might be believable. But you? Impossible. Their mocking stares raked over me. I controlled my trembling voice. It was him. He touched me. Chloe put on a concerned act. Claire, could you be mistaken? Kids can be naughty, maybe he accidentally bumped you. Don't make a scene. The boy's mother pointed at me and started screaming. You must be desperate for a man to accuse my son. I'll teach you a lesson today. She moved to hit me. Chloe tried to intervene but was pushed to the ground. Chloe. Ryan rushed over to help her up. Are you hurt? Chloe looked up at him with wet eyes, trying to hide her injured hand while shaking her head bravely. Ryan forcibly checked her arm, saw the bleeding wound, and his eyes filled with pain before turning to rage. What the hell is going on? Ryan was tall and well-dressed. His sudden fury silenced everyone. Chloe whispered, Claire said this boy touched her. Claire Wilson. Have you lost your mind? Getting Chloe hurt over this nonsense. Ryan. Chloe tugged his sleeve. Claire seemed serious. I don't think she's lying. Ryan's tone softened slightly. You say he touched you. Who saw it? I was the victim, yet my own husband was concerned only for another woman, publicly berating me. The grievances I'd suppressed finally overwhelmed me. I Turned away, not wanting anyone to see my vulnerability. I saw it. Everyone looked up to see a man in military fatigues and combat boots walking against the light. Chapter 3. Pathetic. Can't even protect your own wife. Vincent opened with mockery. Ryan shot back, she's my wife. What's it to you? Vincent ignored him, addressing the boy's parents instead. I saw it. The kid groped her. Not just meth projectionists saw too. Your whole family are repeat offenders, hanging around theaters harassing women. This is a serious disciplinary issue. We've been watching you. Caught red-handed this time. Come with us. Seeing Vincent's commanding presence, the family panicked, grabbing my arm to apologize. I pulled away firmly. I don't forgive you. Officer, make sure they understand their wrongdoing. Otherwise more people will be hurt. Back home, I went straight to the guest room and heard Chloe's voice. Claire was too harsh today. If that boy gets a record, his life is ruined. It wasn't even a big deal. Why was Claire so angry? Before Ryan could respond, I spoke coldly. If you're so kind-hearted, why don't you let him grope you? Then he won't need to assault others. Chloe immediately started crying, surprised by my sharp response. Ryan, listen to what Claire's saying. Ryan immediately demanded. Claire Wilson, what's wrong with you today? Is this how a sister-in-law should talk? Apologize to Chloe immediately. I ignored him and started packing my things. I didn't take any of the clothes Ryan had bought me. Tomorrow was the community bonfire party, the same day Chloe miscarried in my previous life. I knew Ryan would take Chloe. But this time, I would go too, because business mogul Victoria Chen would be attending. She was my mother's best friend who died from an allergic reaction at the party in my past life, causing my mother to waste away from grief. At dawn, I took my bundle and found a fellow townsperson who helped me get a job helping in the party's kitchen. After the party started, I watched the drinks table, looking for Victoria. Instead, I ran into Ryan and Chloe first. Chloe gasped, Ryan, why is Claire here? How did she get in without an invitation? Ryan frowned at me. Didn't you go home? Mom needs care. Why are you still in the city? And dressed like this, didn't I buy you clothes? One of Ryan's acquaintances approached, looking at me curiously. Manager Morrison, you know this kitchen helper? I heard Chloe call her sister-in-law. She's not your wife, is she? The person looked disgusted. Impossible. Forget the old clothes, she reeks of cooking oil. How could Morrison's wife be like this? Chloe seems more fitting. What's kitchen help doing out here? Hey, are you in charge? Get her back to the kitchen before she offends someone important. Hearing this, whatever Ryan might have explained died in his throat. Everyone's eyes swept between us. I didn't miss his embarrassment or Chloe's smugness. But I stood there, accepting everyone's scrutiny with dignity. Manager Morrison and I have no relationship. I am indeed just kitchen help. So what? I earn money with my own hands. What's shameful about that? 2 sets of applause rang out. With approving voices. Well said. Chapter 4. I looked up to see Vincent giving me an approving nod. But my attention was captured by the woman beside him. In a crisp white pantsuit with her hair pulled back, she smiled warmly at me. I was about to approach when Chloe beat me to it. Miss Chen. You're here too. Victoria's smile cooled, though she remained polite. And you are? Ryan stepped beside Chloe. Miss Chen, it's been a while. This is my sister-in-law Chloe. She recently interviewed for your assistant position at Chen Industries. Victoria clearly knew Ryan better. Ah, Manager Morrison. I'm sure Miss Chloe is very qualified, but I've already filled the assistant position. Perhaps Manager Morrison could help her find another role. She then looked at me and said gently, come here. What you said was excellent. There's nothing shameful about earning money through honest work. Would you like to work for my company? Chloe followed her gaze to me, eyes full of resentment. Everyone was shocked that kitchen help could catch Miss Chen's attention. I nodded without hesitation. Victoria told Vincent, I have spare clothes in my office. Take Claire to change. Ryan interjected. I'll go with Claire. She is my wife, after all. Vincent feigned surprise. When she was being insulted, Manager Morrison said nothing. I thought Miss Chloe was your wife. Everyone's looks at Ryan and Chloe shifted. Since we're all here, let me clarify. I spoke clearly, Manager Morrison and I truly have no relationship. We simply grew up together because our parents were close. As for being his wife, that's just a rumor. We're both single. From now on, we'll go our separate ways. With that, I turned and left. Ryan seemed slapped. Claire, what do you mean by this? I shrugged. Exactly what I said. You claim I'm your wifido, we have a marriage certificate? Originally, Ryan's mother had arranged our wedding ceremony, and we were supposed to get the certificate afterward. But Chloe fainted that day, and Ryan rushed her to the hospital. The legal marriage was forgotten. I smiled. Since there's no certificate, please stop calling me your wife, Manager Morrison. It's inappropriate. Ryan stood frozen, not understanding why my attitude had changed so drastically. Vincent walked beside me, unusually quiet, different from his usual confrontational demeanor with Ryan. I'll stand guard outside. The door locks from inside. Thank you. As I was about to close the door, he gripped the handle. Do you love him? I paused, then realized he meant Ryan. No. Vincent thought for a moment. Don't be sad over someone like him. He's not worth it. It's his loss, not being with you. You're wonderful, don't let their words affect you. And you're very brave. Many people lack the courage to speak up when wronged. Something stirred in my heart. I looked up at him. With his neat crew cut and strong features, he was different from Ryan's gentle appeal that attracted women. Looking into his eyes, I said sincerely, thank you. Vincent actually blushed at my thanks, his tanned skin unable to hide his reddening ears. Everyone in the courtyard was dancing together in a lively scene. Until someone glanced at the entrance and gasped. Chapter 5. Is that the country girl from earlier? Actually, those two look good together. Is that grinning fool beside her our squad leader? I didn't know Vincent's smile had shocked so many people. I only knew our conversation on the way had been delightful. Dance. 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 Before we even got close, Vincent's teammates started chanting. Others joined in until the noise could have lifted the roof. Vincent quietly asked my opinion. After I agreed, he made an inviting gesture and led me into the crowd. Seeing all eyes on me, Chloe nearly shredded her dress in frustration. A country bumpkin, what does she know about dancing? I indeed couldn't dance. But with Vincent's guidance, we moved in perfect harmony. Ryan watched this completely different version of me, suppressing something in his eyes. When the song ended, I was a bit sweaty but happy. Vincent's eyes sparkled brightly. Let me get you something to eat. The party food is all high-end stuff Victoria arranged. Would be a waste not to try it. This is lamb, fish fillets, beef strips. He led me to another area. I noticed girls like sweets. This is chocolate. I don't care for it, but you might like it. He introduced each dish and dessert enthusiastically, never mocking me for not knowing or trying them before. I put the chocolate in my mouth, bitter yet sweet. Tears suddenly welled up. So not having tried something didn't mean you deserved mockery. Seeing my tears, Vincent panicked, immediately holding his hand to my mouth. If it's not good, spit it out. It's okay. Don't cry. I quickly shook my head, choking out. No, it's delicious. The next day, the assistant brought me to the training department, where I locked eyes with Chloe in the front row. We both grimaced and looked away. Several days passed peacefully. Until one morning when I arrived to find everyone staring at me. Something was wrong. The assistant quickly brought me to the office. Besides the manager and team members, Victoria was there too. Oh, and a tearful Chloe. The company encourages open competition, but what about those who use underhanded methods to steal others' clients? Hearing Chloe, I understood immediately. I found a chair and sat down. Everyone knows I've been working with Mr. Thompson, but today he suddenly placed an order. But he changed the sales rep to Claire Wilson. If this isn't stealing clients, what is? The manager tried mediating, saying there must be a misunderstanding. But Chloe pointed at me tearfully. At home, she constantly criticized me, jealous of Ryan's kindness to me. But Ryan only helped because I'm alone in the world. I can understand that, but I never thought she'd do this at work too. The company didn't know our history, but Chloe was popular while I kept to myself. Naturally, everyone sided with her. As they prepared to condemn me, I smiled and stood up. I did communicate with Mr. Thompson, and he did place an order with me. Seeing me admit it openly, Chloe was caught off guard but seized the opportunity. You hear that? She admits to stealing clients. Ms. Chen, the company fires client stealers. You can't play favorites. Victoria looked serious. Claire, to reduce malicious competition, the company strictly forbids client stealing. Once discovered, it means permanent blacklisting. Do you admit to stealing clients? Chapter 6. I don't admit it. My colleagues couldn't hold back anymore, standing to accuse me. Thompson placed an order with you, what's there to deny? Just admit what you did. Working with someone so malicious is shameful. You're horrible to your own sister-in-law. What kind of person does that make you? No compassion at all. After everyone had their say, I spoke calmly. This morning's order was placed by Mrs. Thompson. Ignoring their shock, I continued. Miss Chloe kept inviting Mr. Thompson for morning tea and candlelit dinners. Under the guise of business. Mr. Thompson, fed up with the harassment, told his wife. Coincidentally, Mrs. Thompson and I hit it off. Learning I worked at Chen Industries, she gave me the business. I looked at Chloe with a smile. I won't mention how you got previous orders. Didn't expect to hit a wall this time, did you? Chloe's face paled with each word. You're lying. The company can investigate if I'm lying. I'm not afraid. Are you? Chloe glared at me furiously, then suddenly rushed forward. To hit me. Not wanting direct confrontation, I stepped back. In the struggle, she missed a step on the stairs and tumbled down, bright red blood flowing from her abdomen. I immediately shouted, ambulance. Call an ambulance. Outside the operating room, Ryan arrived frantically. Seeing me with red eyes, he immediately accused, what did you do to Chloe? How could she just fall down the stairs? Did you push her? I explained patiently, she was emotional and missed the step. How is that my fault? Ryan reached to grab me but was blocked by Victoria's bodyguard. No one lays hands on my employees in front of me. Manager Morrison, I was present. I can testify that Miss Chloe fell on her own. Claire didn't harm her. In fact, she was the first to notice Miss Chloe was pregnant and called the ambulance. You should thank her. Victoria emphasized the word pregnant. Ryan instantly calmed down. Chloe pregnant out of wedlock if this got out. She'd be labeled with moral issues, her reputation in the city ruined. After a long silence, Ryan spoke. If Ms. Chen agrees to keep this quiet, name your terms. Victoria smiled coldly. Take Chloe back to the suburbs. Take care of your mother yourself. From now on, don't appear in front of Claire again. I looked up in surprise, not expecting Victoria to make demands for me. Ryan gave me a complicated look. Fine. From that day, those two vanished from my life. Vincent disappeared too. Chapter 7. We met again when I was chasing a thief on the street. Vincent appeared like a godsend, tackling the thief and retrieving my purse. The crowd applauded. He wiped the purse and handed it to me with a smile. Long time no see. Tears fell before I even realized I missed him. I never knew I was such a crier. Vincent pulled out tissues to wipe my tears, patting my head helplessly. Why are you crying? He unwrapped a chocolate and put it in my mouth. No more crying after eating this. We naturally got together. Afterward, I suggested taking wedding photos in my hometown. Vincent readily agreed. On the farm paths, I shared childhood stories from growing up there. He listened with a smile, never impatient. Until we saw Ryan in morning clothes. Vincent's face turned cold. Ryan paused, then forced a smile. Congratulations. I smiled calmly. Thank you. Later, I heard Chloe couldn't handle the simple suburban life and took her own life. Ryan died at home the night of her funeral. The neighbors all sighed at the tragedy. Later still, Vincent and I had adorable twins. Our daughter took after him, seemed honest but was actually clever. Our son took after mess harp-tongued. Vincent was delighted, perfect. Now I don't worry about them being bullied. Epilogue, Vincent's POV. I'm Vincent. A young couple moved in next door. My teammates always teased me when they visited. Everyone our age was married while I was still married to my rifle. Once I saw them bring home a plain woman. That's when I learned they were brother-in-law and sister-in-law. The wife stayed in the suburbs caring for her sick mother. Every time I saw them after that, I felt disgusted. Having a family yet carrying on with someone else. Ugh. Scum of the earth. The rumors in our alley grew worse until one day they were cornered at home when the wife arrived. This time, seeing her felt different. She used to seem timid, but today she stood tall and proud. I heard the neighbors call her Claire and learned her name. I watched her walk up to them, expecting the typical confrontation about cheating. Instead, she just smiled and told everyone she and Ryan had no relationship. I thought she was saving face. As I left, I couldn't help warning her. She smiled at me gratefully. We met again at the movie theater. I'd followed that family inside. In the dark, I saw them making their move. To have evidence, I didn't intervene immediately. When the lights came on, I realized it was her. Seeing her expression, I suddenly regretted not stopping it from the start. Perhaps from guilt, I paid her more attention. At the bonfire party, I deliberately brought Victoria to find her. I thought she needed a stable job. But I hadn't expected that even without my introduction, she could impress Victoria on her own. My admiration for her grew. But she didn't seem as happy as expected. I couldn't help trying to comfort her. Awkwardly, when she looked at me, I got embarrassed. Under my teammates' encouragement, I asked her to dance. She finally smiled. I used Victoria's prepared food to impress her, though I'd secretly saved the chocolate. Teammates said girls liked it. But it made her cry. I was flustered. Later, an urgent mission came up. I couldn't even say goodbye, but thankfully returned safely. Yet seeing me made her cry again. This time I was prepared. I put chocolate in her mouth. Later we naturally married. After marriage, our parents pushed for children. But I refused. I didn't want to pressure her. Children if they came, fine. If not, that was fine too. After all, what mattered most to me was her.